Hey, welcome to another episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. We got a special guest, Mel, Mrs. Real Ale Guide.
Hello everyone.
How you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Yep,
Yeah,
Mel and I are gonna review the Righteous Ale. It's like a rye beer. I haven't had this. It's a little big, 6.3 ABV, 57 IBUs.
that's
So I don't know if this is like a IPA plus rye or like a pale ale plus rye or just a rye beer. I don't know. I haven't had this one yet, but I like to go into my reviews blind and just see what happens. Yep, so we have like a brown, I mean it looks like red or black on camera, but I think it's just straight up brown, you
yeah.
know?
When in the light, that's definitely quite brown.
Yeah. The head is like a khaki colored like froth or cream.
Yeah, yeah. It's like a tan kind of color.
Yeah. How's it smell?
Hops, just
Yeah,
like
definitely it's
hot
hoppy
hops.
and I can smell the rye. It has like that kind of cat piss kind of smell to it. They're
Yeah,
probably using Simcoe hops in here.
it's like it's kind of like
Yeah,
hemp-like kind of tone in there as well.
yeah.
The more I'm just definitely picking up very sweet tones in it now.
Yeah. Well, I hope it tastes as good as it smells, so let's get into this. Cheers.
Cheers.
Hmm. It's it's pretty bitter, I guess. It's not as dry as I was expecting. It is a little more rich, I guess.
It's nice.
Yeah,
It is, yeah, it is definitely. It's not probably not actually as bitter as I was expecting.
right.
Um, but it's definitely the flavour is definitely an IPA. I would say it's got that kind of hop head taste to it.
I get like almost like a coffee kind of taste on here.
Do you?
There's like kind of like a dry, kind of earthy coffee. That's probably from the rye. Rye is usually
Yeah,
meant more for like a spice and like kind of a bitterness. Maybe like a little bit of pine.
yeah. There's
It's
definitely some kind of It's almost like a sting. It's like there's something really organic about it, like you said with the earth.
yeah,
It's, I don't know. Yeah, that must be to do with the rye.
yeah. It leaves like a spicy, bit of a spicy aftertaste, which is that's got to be from the rye there. I think they're just going for more straight up, more hop forward ale with a lot of rye because
Yeah.
yeah, it's plenty bitter, but it's not piney and it's not citrusy like you would get with an IPA.
But it does seem to be having a bit of an identity crisis because I can't work out what it is. Uh,
I
you know, it sounds like I'm bad. I'm giving it, saying I don't like it, but I'm not saying that.
I mean I
It's,
do get a little bit of coffee kind of aftertaste, like kind of like a coffee dry bitterness.
yeah, I'm getting the dryness definitely.
Yeah,
Um,
a lot of that probably has to do with the rye.
yeah,
It is very drinkable though. It's very smooth. It's not it's not even really carbonated hardly at all. It's quite hazy, so I can't see if there's how bubbly it actually is. It
yeah.
feels a little thicker.
I can see it. If I hold it up to the light, I can see it's got a nice carbonation. It's not going mad. Um, oh, pardon me. Yeah, yeah. It's got a nice feel and everything to it, but it's not. This is not a beer I could drink. It's
Yeah.
very hard. It's leaving a slight bit of stickiness to my mouth, to my lips. Are you finding that at all? Guess it's the resin, maybe.
Um Not so much. I mean, maybe because mine's a little too cold. I think as it warms up, it probably get a little more sticky and resiny like that. Yeah, so it is kind of like yeah, like you said, identity crisis. It's hard to put a label on it, which is it's good. I think I liked it as much as the crisp that Simon and I just reviewed. I would give this the same rating as that. I would give it 8 out of 10 for the righteous rye or the righteous ale.
Cool.
I know you don't usually give ratings unless somebody twists your arm.
You're gonna twist my arm, Chad. Um, no, I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. But I don't think it's fair. I think you should all try it yourselves and gain your own opinion of it, because that's just because it just doesn't take my fancy. But you never know.
Right.
Yours is different. Everyone's opinion's different, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a bitter beer, but it's a whole different type of bitterness because it's a
Yeah.
rye forward beer. It's not like with hoppy beers you tend to get citrus or flowers or pine, and you don't really get uh, either of those prominently as much as you get kind of like a rye spice dryness to it. Like there's a little bit of pine resin, a little bit of earth dirtiness. Like it almost has like a dirt taste to it.
Yeah. No, it does. And having not drunk any for a minute or so, on the back of my tongue, I can actually now taste more of your darker tones.
Yeah.
Definitely like a bready, malty kind of flavour going on there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely in there. But perhaps that just adds to the identity crisis.
Yeah. Kind of like a biscuity malt.
Mm. Mm.
Yep. Well, I guess that about wrapped it up for the review for Sixpoint Righteous Ale. Thanks to Mel, Mrs. Real Ale Guide, for joining me via
Thanks,
Skype.
Dad.
And thanks for everybody out there for watching, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.
Cheers.